You all here? Let me see. I hope you can see me and you can hear me. Let me test it out through my phone. Hello? Yeah, it does work pretty well. There is construction going on next to my house, so I'm so sorry if you hear any kind of noise. Yeah, my apologies for that. But yeah, this live class is public, so you can have the opportunity to watch it from now until the end of the stream. That's going to be really cool to have as many students as possible here in the lesson. And in this lesson, we are focusing on how to write an IELTS essay step by step guidance. So I'll try to guide you step by step how to write your IELTS essay. And we'll have, a bunch of amazing students here available. Would love to have as many students as possible in this lesson. So let me go ahead real quick and share my screen. We have still 1 minute to get started, so that's good. We're definitely in good hands with that. But yeah, let me see if you're available. Yeah. So if somebody wants to join this lesson, you can definitely subscribe, which is available in the bottom of the screen, and you'll be able to be here and participate with all of us during the lesson. Okay, I can see over 18 people have just joined. Wow, awesome. So, hey, Cinco, welcome. Let me bring Cinco on. And whoever wants to hop on, please send a hop on request, or you can subscribe and you'll be here automatically. Great. So for today, we are focusing on. Oh my God, there's something wrong with my earphones. Okay, I think now it does work. Okay, great. Hello, Cinco. Are you there?
Hi, teacher. I'm sorry, and I just want to say like I absent your class nowadays because they're like I'm just a little busy with like going on site, and
It's understandable. No worries.
no, that's okay. So that's why like I'm just not active at all. Active at hello. Yeah, I'm just subscribing
Interesting.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff from today again.
Okay, that's fantastic. I'm very happy that you subscribed again to the lesson, and I hope you enjoy the classes. Perfect, Cinco. So, Cinco, for today, we'll go through step-by-step guidance to IELTS essay writing. Okay, this is what we'll be
Okay.
talking about for today with a very nice practice already ready for you all to get something from it. Great. So, Cinco, what do you know about essay writing or IELTS essay part two? What do you know about it? Do you have any information?
And maybe I would say that like about IELTS essay is like how would I describe? It's like something that is more formal and has to use academic words. And it
Okay,
has
very good.
that has limit words. So you can't
Very good. Yeah,
write
it is
the
limited.
word.
And how many words should you write for your IELTS essay?
I mean, minimum is 250 words start from,
Very good.
and maximum is
Yes.
280. Yeah.
Excellent. Very good. Yeah, 250 to 280 would be, it's quite ideal. Yeah, this would be very ideal to write between 250 to 280 words. That's awesome. Very good. And what kind of questions you might get, Cinco, for that? What kind of questions should you predict?
Uh, Maybe I actually don't know about what kind of question. I'm sorry. I actually don't know what kind
It's
of
okay,
question.
yeah. So sometimes it's opinion essay, sometimes advantage and disadvantage, sometimes problem and solution, sometimes cause and effect, right? So we have
Yeah.
different kind of essays that you might see from the topic. Sometimes the topic is about what, for example, technology is useful, but some people say that the disadvantages of technology outweigh the advantages. What do you think? So look, we've got the idea, which is right there.
Ah, so I
Okay.
got it. Yeah, I'm just reviewing. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it depends
yeah.
on the essay that is given to you.
Yeah, it makes
Perfect.
sense.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. So let's go through some steps that you should take before starting your writing. So before you start writing, remember that the question is given to you and you should spend 2 hours on it, right, Cinco? Or no?
No, I think not 2 hours. Maybe. I think 40 minutes. For
Very
one.
good,
So
yes. Okay,
40 minutes.
14 minutes on, okay, part two or task two. Very good, yes. Excellent. That's right. You should spend about 30 minutes so that you have 20 minutes for task one, which would be quite ideal, as we said. Very good. That's true. Now, before we start writing, you must plan everything. Planning is really important always in our life, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Learning is
before
important.
yeah, before you start your writing, you should plan everything meticulously. You should plan everything creatively, not spending too much time on planning, but also spending some time on planning would be very helpful. I would give you the general idea what you are writing in your essay. So let's get into that. We have got some nice steps here available. Let's go with number one. Can you read number one?
Okay. Determine your opinion on the topic. Usually, IELTS essay is one of the following types: giving your opinion, agree or disagree, suggesting a solution, pros and cons. I don't know. Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, pros and cons, advantage and disadvantage. So, how do you know what kind of essay you are writing about? How can you determine? The way that you can determine is from the question. The question is given to you, so you will know whether you need an opinion, you need agree, disagree, suggest a solution, pros and cons. For example, the question might be what? Okay, online classes are as effective as in-person classes. Do you agree or disagree? Okay, so look, it's already given to you in the question. Do you agree or do you disagree? So you have to choose one side, whether you agree or whether you disagree with that. Is that clear?
Yeah, it's clear.
So the first thing that you do whenever you are given the question, you have to determine what kind of essay is it. Is it like, giving opinion, agree, disagree, suggest a solution, or suggest like, or looking into the problems, pros and cons. You have to underline it from the question, okay? That's what you
Okay.
first should do. Yes. So we've got like, here something written, a small paragraph. Can you read this? Depending on the topic.
Depending on the topic, decide what is your opinion on it, why. Have a clear position, don't hesitate between two options, then find examples you will use for this test. You should spend a few minutes on planning.
Very good, excellent. So you should have a clear position. You shouldn't be saying like, okay, should I agree or should I disagree? No, you should like, be very concise and whether agree or disagree. You have to choose one way. You shouldn't be like, ambiguous and choose both of them together. No, you have to choose one side. You agree or you disagree and why. Usually choose the one that is easier for you, okay? The one that makes more sense, which is easier for you to go and, practice it or write about this. Okay? So
Okay.
you should find examples also to support your writing. Yeah, either like, writing an example or supporting with statistics or with, quotations, whatever that can support your ideas is very important to be written here. Okay, great. So any questions?
No, I don't have any questions. It makes sense.
Okay, very good. So now we'll go with the next thing, which is, okay, number two. Can you read it?
Write an answer using the following structure: introduction, body paragraphs, conclusion.
Very good. So write an answer. Use the following structure. Remember, whenever you're writing an essay, you must have an introduction, body paragraphs, and conclusion too. What do we write in an introduction, Cinco?
First, I think we have to write like about online classes or like about, I mean,
No, like, in
intro.
general, not about this topic, Cinco, generally.
Okay. Generally, we have to introduce about the topic that the topic, and then I think how would I
Okay.
say?
We have to
Yeah,
introduce the topic briefly or in details.
briefly. I mean, not in details. Yeah, just be
Very good.
like
Yes. Wonderful. Yeah.
not in
We have to
details.
introduce the topic
Briefly.
briefly without adding so much information over there. And then what you need to do is also giving a clear thought what your body paragraphs are about. So you could say, like, the last sentence of your introduction is thesis statement, which clearly states what is happening next in the next paragraphs. So you could say, for example, about the online classes, you could say, I agree that online classes are as important as in-person classes. So look, you state, and you could say because of these reasons, and later on you will be talking about them. Very good. What do you mean by body paragraphs, Cinco?
Body paragraphs are talking about like just sharing about what you think. I mean, the opinions that you have to write that your opinions, what you think about this topic, and then you just have to share more informations than
Very good.
like
More information. And
no,
usually listing your ideas, right? If you agree,
yeah,
why? So you can write, reason one in paragraph one, reason two in paragraph two, right? Two body
yeah,
paragraphs, if not more. You can also write more body paragraphs depending on how many ideas do you have in mind. Very good. That's correct. And what do we write in conclusion?
conclusion. Okay, so in conclusion, let's talk about I would say how I would say it's like something I forgot. It's like ending the topic with how would I say like what to write in conclusion. Okay, so it's like
So in conclusion, you either, like, you have to conclude within the name of it. You have to summarize the points again one more time,
yeah,
or
right,
like, you
yeah,
have to restate the topic sentence or the thesis statement, and then finally you have to give your ideas. Okay, give your own opinion. You have to
I have
write your opinion on the topic.
okay.
That's important, yeah. Introduction, body paragraphs, and conclusion. This is your organized way of writing. This is a cool structure to write with. Very good. Is it clear? Number two.
Yeah, it's clear. Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, so let's go with number three now. Maybe you could read number three.
Style your essay. Use various word structures, linking device, and avoid repetition. Stick to formal language in writing.
Okay, very good. Yeah. So style your essay. Remember, you have to use various words, not repeating the same words over and over. No. And also different structures. In order to get a good score, not only one structure is needed. You have to use variety of grammatical structures or writing structures. Either, like,
Yeah,
you write compound sentence, complex sentence, simple sentence. They're all important, remember. And also linking devices, whether you are linking your ideas together or no. So linking the ideas is really, really important. For example, use on the other hand, use the first, the second opinion, the third opinion, finally, all this, therefore, moreover, furthermore, they're all, we call them linking devices. They're really important, but what you need to do is avoiding repetition. So don't repeat the same words over and over. Don't write because four times in your essay. No, instead of because, you can put since, you can put for, you can put, you know, for the reason why. So you have other words or other ways to say the same thing, to write the same thing. So be smart and use different ways of writing. What is more important is that stick to formal language in writing. So avoid informality. Okay, remember you have to avoid informality. So nothing
Okay.
like, contractions, no informal language, no slangs, no informal idioms should be used in your IELTS writing. Okay, clear?
Okay. It's clear.
Very good. Okay, so what are several things that might affect your score, your mark? Why some people get 4, why some people get 8, why some people get 6.5? So there are things that would affect your score. Can you read A? What is the first one?
Okay, fluency. If your handwriting is not illegible for the examiner and he or she
Eligible. Eligible.
eligible. Illegible. So, sir, what is illegible?
Okay, so eligible is not clear to read. When your writing is not illegible, that means you can't read it.
Oh, I see. Not clear to read. Okay.
Yeah, so is your
Illegible.
writing
So
legible or illegible, Cinco? Is your
it
handwriting
might
legible or illegible?
be my handwriting. Okay. So my handwriting might be sometime illegible, but mostly legible. Yeah.
Ah,
I just
interesting. So it
trying.
depends on the situation.
Yeah,
Very
sometimes
interesting,
it's
though.
like yeah. When I'm speed, so that's why my handwriting become illegible, but mostly I write slowly, so it's legible. Yeah. Okay.
Very good. Awesome.
So
Great. So you could continue.
if your handwriting is not illegible for the examiner and he or she can't read it properly, you're likely to lose points.
Very good. So even though, Cinco, maybe your ideas are all correct, maybe your grammar, your lexical resource, everything is perfect. But because the examiner cannot read it, that means you're losing the points. So remember, when you're writing for the IELTS, you have to write in a very nice way. But in some countries, there is also a possibility to take the computer based. So that would be easier. You don't need to be afraid of your handwriting if you are good at typing. So
Yeah.
that's very important. You must be really good at typing. Are you good at typing?
Maybe I haven't typing yet. Maybe I just learned how to type at school. Maybe about 2 years ago at like at computer class. Like I know how to type, but not very good yet because I don't have my own laptop. So still,
That's the reason.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Very interesting. Yeah, I'm trying to be good. Good at typing as much as possible. So great. Okay. Very good. That's about fluency. Can you go with the second one? An original answer.
okay, an original answer. If you learn a topic by heart and wrote it, you might get a low score for your essay. IELTS examiner assess only your own thoughts and opinions.
Okay. So you cannot go and copy somebody else's writing. Maybe you could find a lot of essays on the internet that are well written, but if you just memorize them so that you can remember on the day of your writing, no, that's not gonna help you remember. That's not a good way. You need to put your own ideas because the examiners are really shrewd. They've got hundreds of years of experience. I don't know, tens of years of experiences in assessing your writing. So it's very important that your ideas are all original. Okay,
Okay.
without copying others' ideas. Good. And now we have got limited answer. Can you also read limited answer?
Okay. If you only answer half the question and don't explain your opinion, you will not get more than a band score 5 for the test.
Very good. So sometimes we've got two parts of the question, right? Whenever the question is given to you, there are two parts. So if you answer one part, that means you answered half of it.
Oh,
So
okay.
you are likely to get only five or less than this because you answered only half of the question. You haven't answered more than this. Okay, so just bear that in mind. You have to answer the all parts of the question. For example, sometimes the question says, "What are some of the problems? What do you think would solve them?" Okay, so look, first of all, you are going to talk about what problem is first. And then
Yeah.
later on, you will be able to talk about solutions too. So if you talk
Yeah.
only about problems, you answered 50% of it. And you might not get the 50% all on this because you might make some also mistakes in that. So remember, you have to answer full so that you accomplish all the tasks perfectly. Is that clear?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, that's wonderful then. So let's go through taking an example now here. Look at this example, Cinco. Can you read the example?
Oh, okay. Immigration has a major impact on the society. What are the main reasons of immigration? To what consequence can it lead? Write at least 250 words.
Okay, interesting. Immigration has a major impact on the society. What are the main reasons of immigration? To what consequences can it lead? Write at least 250 words. What do you think of this question? Is that easy one or difficult one, Cinco?
So, I mean, I think, how would I say? But I would say, honestly, I don't know a lot about immigration, so it might be a bit difficult because I don't know a
Oh
lot
yeah.
about how explanations of, I don't know how to explain about immigration. Yeah.
Okay, but we can go through that. So as we said, what is the first step that you should take, Cinco? You've got the question. What is the first step that you should take?
The main reasons of immigration. What are the main reasons? Yeah.
Okay, is that all?
And then like to what consequence can it lead? So they to have two questions, yeah.
So there are
Is there
two
what
parts of it, right? Two
yeah,
parts. Reasons
yeah,
and also consequences that immigration might lead. Okay, is that clear
yeah.
to you?
Yeah, so the first
Very
part
good.
is main reason. Yeah.
Yeah, main reasons of immigration and also what consequences can it lead? And write at least 250 words. That is important. So how do you plan your writing? Like, what should you do to plan it very well? Like, what are your ideas? How do you plan writing this kind of specific essay?
Okay, so I would say I plan on writing what this essay. Maybe I would say just telling explaining the reasons. So like how would I say? Uh, just just try to use more formal and explanation and just uh like searching about immigration because like I just don't know how to explain and then I can just change and then I will try to use all my thoughts because but I can't use all of them. I can't think a lot because I have to research about the how do they explain about immigration, but I will not copy it. Just I will put
But like,
uh
Cinco, in the moment of the exam, you don't have time for researching. There's no way you could research. Okay,
Yeah,
inside the exam, there's no way to
yeah,
research. Just remember that. So whatever the topic might come to you, you must like look and think about the specific answers you might give. Okay?
yeah. Maybe I have to use my thoughts. Yeah, as I can.
Yeah, you just use your thoughts. It's not important whether the thoughts are kind of 100% correct, aesthetic, or no. What is important is that whether your ideas are, written in a way that are linked together, good grammar, good vocabulary. This is more important. So the language is also important as the thoughts.
Yeah,
Okay, great. Yes. So here we've got, let's see, like, let's go step by step what we write about this topic. Okay, Anita, no worries. Take your time. So, in this essay, you are asked about two things, right? Not only
yeah.
one, but you are asked about two things. What is the first one and what is the second one, Cinco?
Why people want to reasons why people immigrate and results of immigration. So these are
Very
the
good, yeah.
two
Results
main.
of immigration and why people immigrate and also the results of it. So, Cinco, in your opinion, like as far as you know, what are some reasons why do people immigrate? Why do people leave their countries and go to another country? What do you think? Only your thoughts, like, nothing too big, yeah. What are your thoughts?
Okay, maybe I would say like because people immigrate because of work. They like so. For example, in my country, mostly people are immigrants. So they're just walking to. They're just going to work, not for visit, and then
Okay,
they
so one
yes
one idea is better job opportunities, right?
yes better to get better job opportunity.
Very
Yes,
good. Yes,
better
yes.
job
That
opportunity.
that's a very good idea, Cinco. I loved this idea. Wonderful. Okay, what would be another?
Another reasons, right?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Another reason is like I would say maybe it depends on I mean like how would I say? It's like they just like because most of the immigrants like they just want to live in a peaceful country. I don't know, like they might
Okay,
be
very good. Yes. Okay, peace. Okay, they're in
they want
search
to
of
have
peace.
a peaceful
So they
country.
kind of leave the country because of what? Because their country is not safe, right?
Yeah,
Mostly because of the
yeah,
war, right? For example,
yeah,
nowadays a lot of refugees from Ukraine, they come to the
yeah,
European Union countries, right? Work
yeah.
and study abroad. Anita, that's also another point. Yeah, study abroad. Very good. Yeah, study abroad. That's another thing. Very good. And maybe like, more stable economy, right? So some countries they have got, stable economy. Some countries they might not. That's also another thing. So
More stable economy.
they are looking for having a more stable economy. Okay, very good, Cinco. That's right. Or some people maybe hate politics in their countries. Maybe they have a lot of corruption in the country and they want to leave and find a better place to live. And Cinco,
Okay.
maybe another reason is that they want to get married in the new country.
Maybe I am not sure about they want to marriage in like another country. I'm not sure about that because
Well,
I
that's an idea. That's just an idea. Why not? That's
I know.
possible, right?
Yeah, it's not possible. It's I know it's not an idea. Yeah, maybe people just want to going immigrate for study abroad as Anita said, and they want to for work and for want to stay in peaceful country. Yeah, these are the
Very good.
ideas.
Yeah, they're really really good ideas. Yeah, that's awesome. Welcome, Algalia. How are you doing? If you're available, come and join. You can send the open request available in the bottom of the screen. I'll be very happy to have you on here. We are writing an essay about immigration, and let's see what we can do. So now, what happens when people immigrate, Cinco? After people immigrate, do you think they
Uh,
always have a good life?
maybe I think they will not. Maybe it depends on the situation, but I would say I can't say properly they will have a good life or no. But they will not be happy if they live in other country for longer, and they feel um like when if for example, like some immigrants, it's like they come for work, but they don't. I wouldn't say like they miss their country, but they couldn't can go back to return to their country. I mean, they will not
Very
be
good. This
happy.
is where we call it.
Yeah,
This is where we call it
homesickness.
homesickness.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they
Yeah,
just want
this
to
is
go back to
homes.
their country. Yeah,
True.
homesickness.
That's an idea. Very good. Yeah. Or sometimes it's very difficult for a person to immerse into a new culture, right? So
Yeah, so it would be difficult for
accepting new culture, adaptation is really really difficult. Or
yeah.
sometimes they don't speak the language of the country. That's again another problem, right? Language barriers.
Yeah, maybe mostly European countries speak English, but for Asian country, it's not very. Maybe they're just
That's
like,
another
yeah,
problem. Yes, yeah. Because I've
yeah,
seen some people immigrated to Europe and they were not getting a job at the beginning because they didn't know any languages, any European languages, nor
yeah. It would be,
knowing English perfectly. That's the case. People not
yeah,
always
but
have
if you,
wonderful because they need to face the adaptation period. Exactly, it's difficult, Anita. You have faced that, so you definitely know pretty well. For work purpose, yes, we're talking about that. We are talking about results right now. Very good. Learning about the new language, the new culture, excellent. Yeah, they're all important things. Is that clear so far, Cinco, Anita, and everyone? Is it clear to this very point, the reasons
yeah,
and the results?
yeah, it's clear. Yeah, it makes
Okay,
sense. Yeah.
so what is very important is that before you start writing your essay, you have to list your ideas. Okay, just like the way we did. Okay, you list your
Mm.
ideas. You just make a list before you start writing. You know, you just make two lists: reasons for immigration, reasons, results of immigration, reason and result, consequences. So we have three reasons we put here. Your reasons were really good, so we have put three reasons. Cinco, can you read the reasons of immigration?
Okay. People want to live in a safe country. People search better jobs with higher salaries. People escape from wars or disasters.
Very good. Yeah. So we have three reasons provided here. They want to live in a safe country, more stable, maybe. People search better jobs with higher salaries. That's why a lot of people, for example, from South America, they go to North America to get better jobs. Even like, in Asia, some countries, people go to another country to work to get a good job, to get a higher salary, more well-paid jobs. That's important.
Yeah.
Great. Now we have got people escape from wars, disasters. Some places they have got some disasters like flood, like earthquake, like volcanoes that erupts again. So we've got also wars like people, for example, in Palestine and Israel, they kind of have some kind of conflict. You can see Ukraine and Russia. So people wanna go to a safer place to seek the asylum. Very good. And Sleep is a scarcity of food. That's also another thing. Yes, sometimes there is no food in a country because of a drought. Yeah, because of the famine. Yeah, exactly. So that's why people want to go and leave the place, go somewhere else. That's excellent. Yeah. So now we listed the reasons. They're clear, right, Cinco? They are very
Yeah,
clear. Now we have got results of immigration. Can you please read the results? So let me just kind of make it
okay,
work for
yeah,
you. Oh,
yeah, it's clear. So people's expectations come true or don't come true. Immigrants face other difficulties. Countries of destination have to give money to support refugees. Overpopulation.
okay, so we have got some results here. One result is that people's expectations sometimes come true, sometimes they don't come true, right? For example, I came to
Yeah,
Poland to get a better job. Maybe I will not get. Who knows? So maybe my expectations do not come true. But maybe I get also a very, very good job that is beyond my expectations. So just imagine sometimes expectations come true, sometimes they do not. Okay, the second idea is immigrants face other difficulties, like the difficulties of not knowing the language, not getting a good job, maybe sometimes racism, discrimination. Is that true, right?
yeah,
So that's
yeah.
that's
Maybe
also
I have
another
like,
idea.
yeah, yeah. I just have examples like younger people, like in our country, mostly people are like immigrants, and like I think Burmese people, our Burmese people, like mostly immigrants, they also in America, or they also in Philippines, Japan, Korea, China, all of the countries. They're mostly immigrants, and then they just all they just all went there for study abroad and for work, and they just also share about how they face in other country, like the results of immigrations on YouTube, and they are like finding problems with money, and they didn't get like they're almost doing like a part-time job. It's very difficult. It's, for example, Japan is like Burmese people, I think 40% or 30%, 40% are Burmese people, like are working, and then they just find like difficulty in making money, and they just have to spend more money, and then like everything is expensive, more
I
than
understand, yeah.
like the yeah, and then they have a difficulty, and then people is like, I mean, they just have to solve, and then like people become stressed, yeah, because of work, or maybe they have to give lots of tax. Yeah, tax are
True,
very
yeah.
expensive in
Paying a lot
Japan.
of taxes, yeah, true.
Yeah.
Anita says, could the people get well-paid job, but as gain them, they will pay the taxes, rent, and bills? That is true. That's again another thing. Results of immigration that people leave from village and go to the city. The city, there are a lot of problems like scarcity of living space, yeah, and food, hygiene. Yeah, they're all right. Very good ideas, Silky. Excellent. Yeah, they're all very good ideas. So now we've got also countries of destination have to give money to support refugees. So, Cinco, whenever people come to become refugees in a country, they don't get a job from the first point. Sometimes it takes them a year until they start working legally. So, for that year, for the whole year, the government should pay them for everything, for their hotel, for food, a weekly salary so that they can live on. So it's not easy
Yeah,
for the country of destination. It's really, really difficult. That's another issue.
yeah.
And the last thing is overpopulation. Like in Poland, nowadays, especially in the capital city, wherever you go, like the train stations, everywhere is packed with passengers coming from
Oh,
Ukraine. So it is
yeah, there are a lot of
overpopulated.
Ukrainian people. Yeah, yeah. I just
Yeah, a
got a
lot of
new. Yeah,
people.
yeah. I think
That's
like
again
I heard that
another
you said
thing.
maybe Ukraine people are mostly are in Poland, and then they just discuss about they just the government is like preparing for Ukraine people. I mean, especially children, to get better at education, and like they are just trying to like doing the Polish, I mean Ukraine refugees in Poland. They just want to get a better place. So they're just the government is
Exactly. I
busy.
mean,
Yeah, I know.
they are kind of
Yeah,
forced to be here. It's not they want, but they are forced to be here and leaving their countries. Okay, let's not get into politics and these things, but it was just only an example that we need to put it here.
yeah,
Count
that's okay.
at the end of you only get into your bank account the salary. I don't get your idea, Anita. I'm so sorry. You only get into your bank account the
Yeah,
salary.
I
I don't
also don't got it
understand what you
well.
mean. Yeah, I'm so sorry. You could clarify that a little bit more to make us understand. So now, do you understand the reasons and the results perfectly?
Yes, yeah, I
Okay,
understood.
great. So now it's important that we know what do we write in introduction, body paragraphs, and conclusion. What should we write in our conclusion? So the conclusion is right, the introduction is right here. Can you read what do we put in the introduction?
Simply rephrase the topic and say what this essay is about. When your essay question asks you about reasons or consequence or cause solutions, you shouldn't try to describe all that in your introduction. Instead, state that you will describe them later in your essay.
Very good. So in your introduction, you simply rephrase, paraphrase the topic sentence, the topic that is given to you, and later on, what you do is you don't really provide everything in your introduction. Just simply say that your essay will describe, or the next paragraphs will describe what you are going to say. That's going to be important. That was the other part of the message sent before. Okay. Oh, I understand. Yeah, now that's understandable, Anita. Perfect. Okay, so now we've got two body paragraphs. Body paragraph 1, we talk about the reasons of immigration. Body paragraph 2, consequences of immigration. Is that clear, Cinco? So two body
Yeah, it's clear.
paragraphs. Body paragraph 1, reasons of immigration. Body paragraph 2, consequences of immigration. So remember in paragraph 1, in body paragraph 1, you provide everything about the reasons, but you have to explain also the reasons and also provide examples. Whenever you're talking about, people, moving because of war, you could bring the example of Ukraine people. You could bring the example of any other country, right, that are facing war and distraction in their countries. So that's important that you provide examples, you provide statistics or anything that you know to support your answers. And in paragraph 2, you are talking about the main results, consequences of immigration. What happens when immigration happens in a country? You could talk about the negative effects of immigration on the country too. Great. And now, in conclusion, you're gonna write what? You're gonna sum up everything, write everything again, sum it up from body paragraphs and briefly give your opinion. So you're going to give your opinion too at the end of your essay. Okay, is that clear? Your plan?
Yeah, I know the plans.
Very
How
good. This is
to
the plan
make.
or the outline of your essay. Now it's time to start and let's see how the essay is written. So now this is an example of a well-written essay. Let's get into that. We've got introduction, body, and conclusion. This is what do we call this?
Introduction.
This is the introduction. Very good. Okay, great. This is the introduction. Can you read the introduction?
Okay. Immigration has a significant impact on the contemporary society. Each year, more and more people from all over the world decide to leave their home countries and move to another place. This, as, this essay will examine the reasons and the consequence of immigration.
Examine. Okay, this essay will examine
Examine. Okay.
the reasons and the consequences of immigration. So look, like you briefly talked about what immigration at the beginning, just introducing, as you mentioned, immigration, and then later on you said what this essay will show or will examine the reasons and the consequences of immigration. Really simple and really in a very nice way. You put everything down in the introduction. So is that clear how the introduction is written?
Yeah, it's clear. But what is contemporary,
Contemporary
sir?
is like the modern society. Okay, when you say contemporary, that means not really old. Okay, for example, we have got contemporary art. Okay, contemporary art, contemporary novelists. So something modern, something not really long ago. Okay,
Okay.
perfect. Okay, so let's go into the next one. This paragraph that we have is body paragraph number one. Body paragraph number one. So let me read it for you, and then yeah, we'll get into that together. Let me read it. In my view, the main reason of immigration is a strong desire of better life quality and safe future. A lot of people from the so-called third world move to developed countries in search of better employment opportunities and therefore higher incomes. Moreover, living in a wealthy country implies living in a country with stable economy. The risks of losing their savings also lessen. For example, labor migration from Mexico to the USA is caused by these facts. Other reasons that force whole families to cross borders are wars and various cultural conflicts in their homeland. Many people migrate seeking security and safe future for their children. For instance, most of the refugees who arrived in the European Union were escaping from wars. Is there any word that you don't understand, Cinco? For anyone?
Mhm.
Or all good?
Okay, so it's main. I would. Okay, so I would say what is lesson? Lessen. So it's. I
Oh,
confused with
lesson
lesson.
is to decrease. Okay, lesson is decrease, lower, something.
Oh,
Okay, reduce.
okay.
Okay, great. Now what we have is, I guess that's all good. Let's talk a little bit about the ideas that are given here. In my view, the main reason. So look, this is the first reason, right?
Yeah.
It's written the main reason. Okay, until this place, it is the first one. Until this place, it is the first one. The first reason starts from what? From here to here, right? So this is
Yeah.
number one. This is number one reason that is put here, which is life quality and safe future, for jobs and for things. Great. And moreover, so this is the next idea that we have here. Okay. Until here, okay, let me not go so far. Okay, where is that? Where is the idea? Okay, so we had this one. Okay, so we said that living in a wealthy country implies that stable economy. That's another thing. For example, migration from the Mexico to the United States is caused by this fact. Other reasons. So look, this is another reason which we talk about cultural conflicts or wars. So that's another one with given examples well written. Now, in the next paragraph, we have to talk about the results of immigration. Let's see what results does it have, the consequences. However, sometimes immigration causes more problems than it solves. resulting in negative consequence for both immigrants and their country of destination. Okay, it was only an introduction now. First of all, so this is the first consequence. Most of the refugees cannot find jobs because of the lack of language skills and difficulty in adaptation. That's why the countries have to run various refugee assistance programs to help those people. This is one. But this proportionate burden of maintaining the immigrants leads to tension in the society. Secondly, this is the second
Right.
idea, sorry, now this is the second one. Not all of the refugees receive proper asylum, food and medical care, so they're at risk even after crossing the border. Finally, this is the last idea. Even highly qualified specialists who seek better employment often do not get what they are looking for. Okay, so any questions?
Okay. So what is disproportionate?
Okay, disproportionate is like, not really adequate, either more or either less. So, for example, if I say cinco, I need only, for example, 5 books. If you give me 3 books, this is disproportionate, right? You don't give me enough. And if you give me 20 books, this is again disproportionate. This is not the number that I asked for, right? So
Yeah.
disproportionate is not the exact number, either less or either more, but in a negative way, not in a good way. Oh, asylum. Do you know what you mean by asylum?
Asylum? I haven't heard. I'm sorry.
Okay, you haven't heard the word asylum. So asylum is kind of uh, the protection which is granted to refugees when they come to the country. So after they're interviewed
Oh,
by the immigration office, they get the asylum. So asylum is granted by the country of destination to what? To the refugees who come and enter the country. That's the meaning of asylum. Okay, any other thing?
maybe tension.
Tension.
What is
Okay.
the meaning of
Tension.
tension? Yeah.
Okay, it becomes tension in the society, leads to tension. Tension when something is not going pretty well, you could say there is tension. Okay, so it's kind of very tight, very stressful, a lot of pressure. Okay,
Oh,
when something is stressful, yes. Yeah, shelter and money together, Amir. Very good. That is true. Yes. Okay, wonderful. What else? Any other thing that we have?
maybe maintaining.
Maintain is balancing something. Okay,
Okay.
maintain or to balance. Okay, great. So
Okay.
now the final part is what is conclusion of your essay. So let's go through the conclusion. In conclusion, I think that people immigrate to have a better life prospects. Look, you just generally talking about everything. People immigrate what? To have better life prospects. So in general, every life prospect would be called this one. Great. However, so this is like the opposite idea. Life after immigration may not always meet people's expectations. So it's very important to consider all the possible outcomes and decide whether leaving your homeland is worth it. So look, you put everything down again together, but in a very short, brief, concise way to give the reader a good and concise idea of the whole essay which you have written about. Okay, I think that's clear, right? Do you have any
Yeah,
questions
it's
about the
clear.
essay? Okay, so let's have some
No, no
vocabulary
problem.
here. We have got some useful vocabulary here that are very important. Can you read number one?
Okay. better employment opportunities, opportunity to find a better job. Oh,
Okay,
okay. So
so
do I have to read here?
better employment opportunities, opportunity to find a better job. You could say, I immigrated for better employment opportunities. So just remember how to use them in the sentence. I immigrated, okay, I immigrated for better employment, okay, opportunities. That's how you can say it. I immigrated for better employment opportunities. Great. Now, the second one is burden of maintaining immigrants. Burden means the difficulty, the obstacles that someone could face. Difficulties in helping immigrants faced by the government. Country with stable economy. Ah, no worries, Algalia. Yeah, hope you can rewatch the stream, and that would be important. Yeah, Cinco, do you understand what you mean by stable?
It means enough economy. It means like enough. I mean good economy. Or I mean safe, like something.
Very good, yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing, very good, yeah. Good economy. Now we have got to cross the border. What do you mean by crossing the border? One border and
It's
crossing the
like
border?
it means that you're traveling to another country. Like it's that immigrate. As like
Yeah,
immigrate. So you
immigrate,
have
yeah.
to.
Some people do it
Yeah.
legally, some people do it illegally, right? It really depends on the
Yeah.
person. Some people do it legally in a correct way. Some people smuggle, right? Smuggle is to sneak into the country in a secret way. Remember, we call it smuggling or smugglers. Okay, very good.
Yeah.
We've got also labor migration. You said that a lot of Burmese from people from your country they go to Japan. Why do they go there?
Because they are also study abroad. They also study. They also got one for study, and they want to get a job, a better
Very
job.
good. So if they go to work, then this is where we call it labor migration. Okay, labor
Okay.
migration. They leave the countries in search of finding a better one. Great, wonderful. We have got the word refugee. I guess you know the word refugee, right? Refugee is someone who
Yeah.
is forced to leave, so obliged to leave the country. Someone that doesn't want to leave, but the person is obliged, maybe because of a war or scarcity of food or any other possible reasons that might be there. Okay, wonderful. Now we have refugee assistance programs. We know that the program is that, for helping them. That's also another thing. We've got also to seek better employment. Seek is to look for. Okay, when you seek, uh, something, then you are looking for something else. Yeah, seek for better employment, for better degree, better university, whatever it might be there. Now we have got third wealth. Very good, job seekers. Third wealth. What do you mean by third wealth, Cinco?
Third, well, okay. Hmm. Is it like something that is doing illegally? I'm not sure about that. Well, third well or third
Third
war. I
world,
don't know.
these are the countries that are still developing, okay? That are still in
Okay.
they're not developed yet, but they are, on the way, okay, to develop.
Yeah.
But we have some countries that
Yeah.
are developed. So we have developing and developed countries, okay?
Yeah.
Very good.
I
And the
see.
last one is to meet expectations. If something doesn't meet your expectation, it's not as good as you thought. For example, I came to Poland, I had very good prospects in my mind, and fortunately, it has met my expectations so far. So it's good. Wonderful. Cinco, we are almost done. Do you have any questions, or Algalia, anyone?
Maybe I'm just enough. I don't have any questions. It's really useful. Yeah, the lesson is yeah useful.
I hope so. Wonderful. So if you want, you can write again about the same topic, and it would be very interesting. You can rewatch the stream and write your own way of essay, your own essay, and you can send it to me. I will give you some feedback. Okay?
Okay, so thank you
I'll do
so
my
much for
best.
today. It's pretty cool. Hope to see you back on Friday. So
Yeah, sure. Yeah, see you. Bye bye. Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I really appreciate your presence here in the stream. I hope you enjoyed and you find the class really useful and helpful. Don't forget to rewatch it. It's open to everyone. So if you have missed part of it, you can just go ahead and rewatch everything one more time. Yeah, hopefully we can see each other again on Friday. So have a wonderful time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.